Welcome folks, Flip Not here. I am up at BSG. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been up here, and the honest reason why I haven't been here, I haven't had much of a reason to be up here. About last year in April, we finished with the Sportster that got in an accident, and quite honestly, other things started coming up around the same time. They started doing more things with Berts. They started giving me more motorcycles, Road King, Street Glides, live wires. We got the standard build that we got to do, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, Berts is like, hey, do you want to go to Sturgis? And they sponsored me to going up to Sturgis, 6,300 miles up and back. And then next thing you know, I'm going to California, and things happen. So between me being incredibly busy last year, my dog got incredibly sick. I know that most of you on here will probably know that how much I love Deedles and how much she meant to me. And in the middle of that California trip, she almost died. And I know that a lot of you know about that because thanks to a lot of you out there, you gave me the opportunity to fly home and take care of a lot of those medical expenses, and I got lucky and I got another 6 months out of my dog, and I got to be there for her, and I got to love her and just be present for her. The unfortunate thing is that in life, when you know that something is coming to an end, you try to put in a lifetime's worth of memories into a short amount of time. And basically that's what happened last year. Especially around November, right when I got back from Fuel Cleveland, you know, Deedles got an eye infection and I had to be around all the time because she needed eye drops and antibiotics, and she had to take her seizure medication because after she almost died earlier in the year, she got on like twice as much amount of, like, I was her hospice nurse, and I was glad to be there, and I was glad to do that for her. And that's what happened. So through most of November, that's what happened. And that was right around Hanukkah. And Hanukkah, I believe, should have been so much better and so much more fun, but I was so engulfed in what was going on in Deedles that I wasn't able to really do Hanukkah as much as to the degree that I wish I could have done Hanukkah. And it was heartbreaking to me, and I felt bad because, first of all, Hanukkah came about 3 weeks earlier than I had expected, and I don't know, man, it was a hard time. And December I got the flu, so I was knocked out for 2 weeks, and then literally December 31st I realized that I didn't have much time with Deedles anymore. And I saw her walking funny one day, and I called the vet, and the vet said it looks like a neurological incident. And knowing the fact that she had either a brain tumor or a brain lesion, that it looked like those things, probably the brain, it looked like the tumor had been changing. It had grown and had been affecting parts of her brain. She couldn't walk straight, she couldn't see straight, and when it finally came to the time to do it, she could barely eat. She couldn't get to her food. She couldn't, and unfortunately I had to say goodbye to my best friend. And literally the next day I got COVID, and that was 2 weeks of my life. And as soon as that happened, I was so gung-ho about just getting back into life, and I just wanted to start getting back to my YouTube channel, and I wanted to rebuild this poor thing that I had neglected by rebuilding a poor thing that I had neglected. So I started reaching out to people, and I reached out to my contacts over at J&P Cycles. I met them at Get On Moto Fest in Texas when I went with Shade Tree Surgeon, and while we were there having a couple social lubricants, I brought up that I have this motorcycle that I've been wanting to completely rebuild and like really give it the loving care that it deserves. Originally, when I got in the motorcycle accident, me and Shade Tree Surgeon were talking about turning it into a tracker. This tracker was what I was kind of gonna model it off of, but I got in a car accident in January 2020. March 2020, the world shut down, which means that nobody was working, which means nothing was open, which means nothing was being shipped, which means nobody was making money, and there was no world. Luckily, again, through all you fantastic people out there, you all sent me a whole bunch of spare parts you just had laying around in your garages and your storage, and we rebuilt my motorcycle, which is now aptly known the Franken 48 because it was all donated parts from other motorcycles. And yes, we got it running, but the problem is that there were certain things that when I got to the end of it, kind of just never fixed and became slightly problematic for me to ride it more often. I got the wrong clutch cable. It's about 2 inches too short. And the rear brake master cylinder, it's kind of it works, but it doesn't really work. So I didn't really feel safe riding it quite yet, so it just kind of sat there neglected. And again, like I said, other things started coming up. And here we are, a year later, yet again. So, every other Wednesday, starting from this Wednesday, we are coming up here to BSG and we're going to slap on some new parts onto this motorcycle. We are no longer going to be making it in a tracker. I've decided that I wanted to do something kind of like 70s retro mod. You know when they take like old car bodies and put in modern like stuff in it? That's kind of what I want to do with this. I'm still calling it a retro mod. I'm taking a modern motorcycle and trying to make it look retro. So I want to make like a 70s chopper. This is something that like, after all that travel that I did last year, and it just kind of stuck in my head, that travel mentality. And like the 70s, I feel like was that first real like boom into motorcycle travel and adventures, and you see those old movies and you see these people on these old motorcycles, and I'm very excited, and that's what I want to do. I want to strap on all these new things on this motorcycle, even if it's 2-gallon tank, and take it across Florida. I want to go all over Florida. I want to go do things in Florida. I want to go to like different events and festivals, and just I want to go out and have some fun on this motorcycle. And thanks to JMP Cycle, I'm going to get that opportunity because I've got a bunch of parts there for some travel and adventure stuff. Highway pegs, sissy bars, things like that. Extra gas bottle. But I also got lights, and we're going to redo the front forks, and you know, you'll see. Just stick around. So hit that bell. I know I've never asked you to do it, but I'm asking you now. It's just so you can get some notifications to know that these build videos are coming out. And if you're going to be hitting things, hit that JMP Cycle link down in the description. They are fantastic. They were absolutely awesome to send me all these things. They have a new RPM service, which is $60 a year, and you get 2-day shipping, free returns. You actually get a freaking concierge you can call and ask questions about, hey, my motorcycle needs this. Is it the right part? What part do I need to make it do that? They actually have somebody you can call. It's freaking amazing. Why wouldn't you do that? And a whole bunch of other things. Free Reaver cashback and blah, blah, blah. Check it out. It's great. If you're rebuilding your motorcycle and you're constantly needing parts, join JMP Cycle's RPM service. It also works on Revzilla and a Cycle Gear, so you can actually go in person and go pick out a few things. And at the end of it all, for whatever weird reason, I feel like this is in honor of Deedles. I know it makes no sense, but it does to me in a weird way, and I can't explain it. I got the motorcycle about a year afterwards. Deedles loved motorcycles. She was always around motorcycles. Like, she always wanted to be on motorcycles, and I never knew how. And it wasn't until really late in her life that she finally got to enjoy it, and I'm really happy I got to give her that. But, you know, she loved motorcycles in a weird way. She was always comfortable. Never spooked, never scared. The noises never scared her. She always wanted to get closer. She always wanted to be on them. It was weird. So yeah. Here we are. Got to get started. Well, I don't know about you, but I know I'm extremely excited. I'm finally excited. I'm excited to finally start getting back to a real life. And I have to move forward in life, and this is me moving forward. This is me putting the pieces of my life back together and just being able to do things again. It's been a freaking rough year. It's been hard. I can't deny it. It's just been good. But here I am. I've got to do this. And I'm excited to be in the garage again. I'm excited to rip things apart and use my hands again. I've been bartending a lot lately, so my hands are really arthritic right now. But still, I am so excited to ride that thing again and like enjoy riding it. I can't wait. I'm super excited. And I hope you are too, because why wouldn't you be, I guess? So again, folks, if you need any motorcycle, anything, JMP Cycle, hit that link down there. That way they know you're watching. That way they keep giving me parts to make cool videos for you guys. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this because I want to get started. Folks, you all know how this works. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. As always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Whoop!